Go to your search bar. If you type in OOH, the first thing that should show up is the Occupational Outlook Handbook from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We'll go ahead and click on that, and this takes us to the home page. So there's a ton of information here. A couple things I'm going to point out. Here on the left, we have occupation groups. So if you know that you're interested in the arts or design, but you're not really sure what kind of career you might want to pursue within that, you could click here on Arts and Design and explore that way. They also have a really powerful search tool called the Occupation Finder. So we're going to come up here and click on that. Now with the Occupation Finder, you can see there's 818 individual career entries, so there's a lot of information in here. The really neat thing about this tool is that you can sort by all of these features. So if your primary concern is how much would I make in this job, come over here to this last column, median pay. We can sort by $75,000 or more. Let's see, I really want to make a lot of money. And then these are careers where that's the median pay. Within this, I can also sort by other factors. So say, I also don't want to go to college. I want to be done at the end of high school. I can click here, entry-level education, and go down to high school diploma or equivalent. Click on that. Let's see. So there are only 8 jobs that the federal government knows about where you can not do any schooling after high school and have a median pay of $75,000 or more. Let's click on one of these. Commercial pilots. Okay, so here's the home page, summary page for commercial pilots. A lot of great information here. Can tell you about, what the job is like. There's more information if you click any of these links. How to become one, pay, job outlook, state and area data, similar occupations. These 3 are the tabs I'm going to focus on because this is information that is really, really good to be thinking about when you're doing your career search. So we can find this information up here at this top bar with these tabs as well. So we're going to start with Job Outlook. And this is basically information on what rate is this profession growing? How many more jobs are there going to be 10 years from now than there are now? So if we look here, this is total all occupations. So the average job growth in this country over the next 10 years is projected to be 7%. If we look down to airline and commercial pilots, it's only 4%. So this is not what you would call a fast-growing field. There's more detailed information on that in this text here. And what it's saying, so this is interesting, and this is why you might want to read this if this is a job you're really interested in. So this 4% doesn't look very good, but what they're saying is there may not be that many new jobs, but a lot of airline pilots are getting close to the age of retirement, so they may be retiring, leading to quite a few openings in the next 10 years. That specific data is down here, percent change, and the specific number of projected new jobs. So that's something for any job you're looking at. I definitely want you to think about this job outlook. The last thing we want is for you to pick a career, something you're really excited about, go through, do the additional training, maybe spend some money on college, and then find that you can't get that job because it's a declining occupation. So, job outlook, very important. Next thing we're going to look at is state and area data. This is really, really cool that they have all of this data. So once you get to this page, you're going to go over to one of these sublinks. We'll click on airline pilots. That's what I'm interested in. And what it's going to show you is the number of jobs, the number of people who have these jobs in any state in the country. And so you see the way this works, the darker green it is, the more jobs there are. So, lots over in Minnesota, not so many here in Wisconsin. No data. If it's white, there's no data. So Michigan, there's no data. But you can see, if I really want to be an airline pilot, where am I likely to be able to get a job? Wisconsin would be okay, but not nearly as good as if you were willing to move to California, Illinois, Minnesota, something like that. So that's really important to think about. And this data is available for all occupations. So if you're someone who really doesn't want to leave the state of Wisconsin, make sure you're checking out, okay, this is the career I want to do. will I have the opportunity to do it and stay here in the state? So then we'll go back to our original page. That's not what I wanted. Hit the back button. There we go. And then the last thing I want you to notice is the Similar Occupations tab. And so this will have some additional listings on jobs that are similar to the one you were looking at, but different in some ways as well. So if you say, you know what, I don't really want to go through all of the flight school and hours of training to be a pilot, but I really like flying in airports and being in that environment. What else could I do? So you see here, a similar occupation would be air traffic controllers. We could click in there, and this takes us to that summary page, and we could start over with the exploration. So that is the Occupational Outlook Handbook in a nutshell. There's a lot more data in here. It's a really great resource, and I highly recommend that you use it and check it out as part of your career search.